joining, everyone. This is the next installment with MobileView, and what we're going to do today is we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to do an example evacuation. So we'll go ahead and get started here with our login. Again, same home screen that we've reviewed on a couple of previous videos. So again, asset management, environmental monitoring, evacuation monitoring, which is what we're going to be doing here in a moment. And definitely stay tuned. We're going to do a deeper dive into the administration and settings in an upcoming video. So keep an eye out for that. So without further ado, let's do a practice evacuation. So we'll go ahead and do the evacuation monitoring. To do that, let's go ahead and select our Gessner office and we'll start our evacuation. Now, as we're looking at that, we want to make sure that we've got the appropriate location selected. So again, we've got Mark III here and we've got that selected as well now. So there's 33 folks in the area. There are 2 that are currently mustered. There are 31 that are not. And then again, just great kind of visual depiction here. So here are all of the personnel out of those 33 that are in the area that are mustered. So these are these folks, and then the folks again that are not mustered. So great kind of tabular view there. Again, from the mustering point facility, you can see that this mustering point is an example. So obviously fire suppression equipment, first aid, and then shelter. You can update these kind of however you want. You can put things like drinking water, any number of those in there. Cameras, this is also links to cameras. So you can actually have, if you've got camera feeds in your mustering stations, be able to plug into that, be able to actually have a visual view of who's in that mustering location, kind of what conditions are like, those sorts of things. And then of course you have the ability to be able to restrict them. From the alerts perspective, so this is our evacuation trigger. That's what we just triggered about 1 minute and 28 seconds ago. And what we'll do now is let's just go ahead and say that we've got a camera here and we can see some of these folks that are mustering. So as we do that, we're going to go ahead and say, oh, we know this person is there. We know this person is in mustering 2 as well. And what we're basically doing here right now is you've got 5 people as the maximum capacity of mustering station 2. You've got 30 people for mustering station number 1. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to cause an overflow for mustering 2. And we'll go ahead and kind of continue here. So again, you can kind of see those updating in real time. So let's say Leslie's going to mustering 2 as well. So Leslie's going to put us at full capacity, which ends up making this yellow. Again, no alerts triggered yet, but yellow, just kind of visual depiction. Hey, we're green in mustering 1. And then let's do Lisa as the last person that musters to muster station 2, and then that goes red. So again, we have an overflow in mustering station number 2, and you'll actually see that triggered as an alert down here for overflow. And again, that alert was triggered at just 1 moment ago, so 1 minute after the hour. So let's go up here to alerts. You see this critical alert, it's pending, mustering point overflow. Again, we have to have a corrective action on this to be able to dismiss it. So let's say as an example, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to send security. So we'll go ahead and say that we sent security and that action's been taken. And we're going to keep that as pending. So again, you can kind of see what's happened here. So we sent security. Now let's say security went, said, yes, we've got more people than are here, but the roads are clear. Let's go ahead and send some transportation out. So we'll say we'll send transportation to evacuate, right, personnel. And let's save and close with that. And then let's say that we've come back again, sent transportation, we sent security. Again, it was the MobileView admin that did that. And now let's go ahead and say that transportation confirmed that everybody's there and they've been evacuated to a safe zone. So we're going to change the alert status to dismissed. And then this will be transportation arrived and evacuated all personnel. And we'll save and close. So again, that corrective action goes away. It still shows as pending because we still have the evacuation trigger going, but again, that overflow is no longer there. So let's go back and let's say that that was success, and we'll stop the evacuation process. Are we sure we want to stop? Yes, we are. And let's call this test evacuation and save. So again, this kind of brings us back, kind of resets those alerts, then kind of handles all of those pieces again as well. So again, we could go back here as an example and go back to those areas. And again, the idea is everything here is kind of reset. So that is an evacuation. Now let's check out the reports, because if you do an evacuation, you're going to want to have a report. So again, there's summary reports. These are very, very highly customizable. So you can add any number of different pieces here. You can pick any of these evacuations that you want. So let's go ahead and just do this one that we just did. And let's generate that report. Again, this comes in PDF, highly customizable. You can kind of change that around. So again, evacuation summary. So this was our test evacuation. It was in full mode, and it was for this area. Kind of goes through here, number of safe area people, off-site persons. Then it's actually got the detail on a number of the tags, whether they were mustered or not mustered, and then the zone name that they were in at that specific time. So tremendous amount of data there. You've got a progress report as well, which this is really useful in the process of an evacuation. So how many people are here, how many aren't, how many are still to be done. And let's actually, we've ended the evacuation, but I think it'll still give us a couple of examples. So let's see here. Yeah, so here you go. Basically being able to say how many were not mustered. Again, that timestamp of 58 minutes after the hour, and then what is that, 5 minutes later, those 5 additional folks, safe area, offsite, tracking loss, total mustered. Mustering 2, again, it's in red because, again, we did cause that overflow. And then some of those other data points as well. So you've also got evacuation head count and evacuation asset history. So lots and lots of great content here, great reports. Again, all of this stuff is accessible via the API. I know we did a previous video on that as well, so definitely check that video out if you want. I think we'll put some links to that here as we get this posted as well. But yeah, thank you very much for joining. Definitely come back. We'll do another session here on administrative settings. And yeah, thanks again for joining, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you, everyone.